Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a Gousto review. So this is Gousto box 2. So we bought our first Gousto box on an offer which was I think 50% off. So I think we paid about £21. So originally we were going to pay about £19 for 5 meals for 2 people. So that would have been 10 meals for £19. And then we saw a little hack on Instagram that let us up the box to a family box, which was 4 meals, but it was 4 portions. So there was 16 portions for £21. So we went with that. So that was last week's box. And so far that's all been really, really nice. I think we've only had 4 meals from it because it came really late on the Monday night. So we had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And we've put the other 4 meals in the freezer because we put out our discount code online and family signed up. So we had a friend sign up and 2 family members. So we've now got £90 credit on our account. So we have this is box number 2. We'll have a third one and maybe a fourth one. Might have to pay a bit for the fourth one. But excellent, absolutely excellent. So first impressions of the Gousto box from last week. I'll take you through this one and show you what recipes we've got. But last week the food was so fresh, it's so well packed, which I'll show you when I open this one. They pack it so nicely, it's easy to put away. They've got like the meat and the fridge parts, and then they've got all the herbs and spices separate, and it's just super easy. Everything was really fresh. It was easy to follow the instructions. I did find it difficult, not difficult, but the prep times I picked meals that weren't the easy prep, the quick prep ones, which I think I've made the same mistake with this box, to be fair. But next week's box I've picked all the under 10 minutes prep time meals, but they were all so nice. We had a beef gnocchi, which was beef bolognese gnocchi. That was amazing. We had chicken fajitas, barbecue chicken fajitas. We had the beef bolognese gnocchi twice. What else did we have? It was another chicken thing, I think. Can't remember what the third one was. And we do have a cheesy barbecue chicken and chips. 2 of those to make because we froze them. Because by Saturday we had my little girl's birthday party, so we didn't really need anything after we had the buffet there. And this is Sunday, and I forgot to take anything out the freezer. So I've got a ready-made lasagna from Aldi for us for dinner tonight. I didn't think this was going to come. This is Sunday. This arrived about 3 o'clock, but the app said between 8 and 9 p.m. So I panic bought something, but actually this has turned up. So let's open up this one and I'll show you what it looks like, how it's all packed and stuff, and what meals we got for this week. So I'm so excited about this. Oh, last week, because it was our first ever box, we got a little gift in it as well. We got a little wooden spoon that said Gousto on it, which I thought was such a nice touch. So let's open this one. Here is how it looks when you first open it up. This is the chilled part, and this comes out as a winner, I think, which I'll show you. And then you've got all the pastas, the dry kind of stuff, the herbs and the spices, the potatoes, tomatoes. And then in the back, down here, are the recipe cards. So let's have a dig in and I'll pull out the recipe cards and kind of show you what is all in here. In the fridge section, we also get the ice pack, which is really nice if you're not going to be home because it keeps it nice and cool, even if they have to leave it outside for you. So this week we got 5 meals for 2 people. So there's 10 portions in here, but there's 5 meals. So the ones that we got were creamy sausage and pea farfalle. So it's a quick cook pasta. That's probably going to be our quickest cook one. It tells you ingredients for 2, it tells you everything that you need on this side of the card and how it should look on this side, and then on the back is how to cook it. Up the top it says 20 minutes prep time, or 20 minutes like cooking all in, and down here it's got the calories, which is really handy. So I got a sticky tamarind pork and noodle broth. That looks really, really nice. I'm not sure how my toddler will get on with this. Last week she tried everything credit to her. She tried all the vegetables and everything, which is new for her. She surprised me. She tried everything she tasted. She said yummy, but then she didn't eat it, so she wasn't particularly hungry last week. I think she's out of her growth spurt that she was having the previous weeks where she just ate so much. So last week she did tell me it was all yummy, she just didn't really want to eat it. Fair enough. So that takes 10 minutes. So that one will be a good one for when I just need to whip something up really, really quick. Next up, Thai style crab cakes with sweet chili mayo. These look fantastic. I wonder if I could make the crab cakes in advance. So these take 35 minutes. So yeah, if I could make the crab cakes in advance, that would be perfect. 414 calories, not bad. So there should be 2 more recipe cards in here. I found 1 more recipe card. So we've got cheesy baked basa with Mediterranean veg. That will be absolutely lovely. And that takes 35 minutes to cook. Prep and cook, I suppose. 419 calories, not bad. I must have gone down the healthy part of the app to see. And this is the pasta. Spinach and ricotta ravioli, so I can't find the recipe card for that. Here it is. Chili, lemon and crab sauce with spinach and ricotta ravioli. This one's got a little bit crushed. So this one takes 10 minutes, 391 calories, not bad. So we've got 2 quick to prep ones and then a couple of longer ones, but that'll be okay. So inside the fridge box, I've taken out the kind of ice pack. Inside here we have the cheesies, the meats, the salads. So we have some sausages, the pasta, the basa fillets, and the cheeses all come kind of like this. So last week I was using just our cheese that we already had so that we could keep all these little ones, just kind of use what's already open and save the fresh closed ones, I thought. Nice wee packet of soft cheese. Got some fresh peas. White Orkney crab meat. That'll be for the crab lemon pasta thing. Some more Italian cheese. We've actually got a couple of those from last week. And some more peas. Some more crab meat. And some pork mince. And down at the very bottom is another one of these ice packs that shows you it keeps it super fresh for you if you're not going to be in to take delivery of it straight away. Then you get this separate little bag that's got all of the herbs and spices and other nice things in it. So in here we have things like corn flour, the extra things that don't need to go in the fridge. That'll be tomato paste, got mayonnaise, chicken stock mix, all the little individual packets. So this is what makes it so super easy, because there's 1 serving of soy sauce, and if the recipe says put the soy sauce in, you're not having to measure it out. It's just open the packet, tip it in, done. And I like that the little, look at the little honey. I like that the little packets come in the serving size that you need for the meal. Crispy onions. So that's all the toasted sesame oil. So I like to keep everything in there. So I know that for this box, this bag is all the seasonings and things that we'll need. And then all that's left in this box now are things like potatoes, onions, lemons, salady, bags of salad and basil and things like that. You can see it. So I'm really looking forward to trying all of these meals this week. Last week I found the recipes were really tasty, the herbs and spices. My husband commented on it as well about how nice the herbs and spices and the seasonings were for everything. So we're excited to try some more of those. It's just, I find it really easy just to, when all the ingredients are there measured out for you, and just kind of throw them all together, follow the recipe card, throw them in a pan. It's so easy. I suppose it's only budget friendly for us because we managed to get the discount at the start and then get friends and family to sign up, which gave us further discounts for the following 2, 3, maybe no, 3 boxes I think it's going to be. So full price is probably not something we could afford to do every single week. But it is nice for a little bit of a treat. I have learned my lesson and look at the cook times before ordering specific meals. So this week when I was ordering the box for, I think it's 2 weeks time, maybe next week, can't remember, I only picked the prep in 10 minutes ones or the quick and easy because I don't have time to stand and cook. So I am going to put all this stuff in the fridge now. I will take pictures or film little clips throughout the week. I won't show you exactly how I make them because it's probably not okay to do that since it's Gousto recipes and not my own. So I won't go into all the details of what's in them and stuff, just in case I get in trouble. Don't want to be getting in trouble. And I will be back with you later on to let you know how we're getting on. Going on last week's box, I'm definitely looking forward to cooking all of these recipes. They feel healthy, they taste healthy, they feel healthy. It feels like you're feeding your family good, nutritious food, albeit my toddler doesn't really eat it, and neither does my husband, but I do. I feel like I'm getting lovely and good, nutritious food. So I am going to put all this stuff away now and I will catch up with you later on. Meal number 1 that we cooked this week was the chili, lemon and crab sauce with spinach and ricotta ravioli. This one was so easy, that's why I made it on the Monday, and we didn't have a lot of time to prep dinner. So I knew that this one was going to be an absolute hit with my toddler because her favourite thing is spinach and ricotta filled, is it tortellini? I know it's called ravioli here, but the little tiny ones she likes. We get them all the time, she eats quite a lot of that. So I knew that I wasn't going to get very much of this one. So she helped me to prepare it. She watched whilst I cut the garlic and the onions and she wanted to taste them. So she had a wee lick. I love that she's so into tasting everything that I'm making. She helped me put the pasta in the pan and I poured the boiling water in, and then she tasted a little bit of the crab from the little box that I showed you. She didn't like that, so at least she tasted it, which is great. So when I was portioning up the pasta, I just gave her the plain spinach and ricotta ravioli and I mixed the crab sauce in with mine and her dad's. She ate it all up. She absolutely loved it. My husband loved it as well. I wasn't so sure, but as I got further into it, I really, really enjoyed it. So I'll pop a little clip of how that looked up here. Apologies, I completely forgot that I was going to be filming it and I'd already started eating it when I took the little video clip of it. So sorry that it's not presented very well. I forgot I was filming this week. So I will let you see how it looks. So meal number 2 that I made was sticky tamarind pork and noodle broth. That was so nice. It was so easy to make. I literally had to chop up 2 things, 1 spring onion and 1 tomato. Everything else was in little packets, so you just had to snip the top, stick it in, boil the kettle. Oh, so easy. The pork was like a caramelised kind of pork kind of taste because it had the honey. And it was all fried in the pan, and the noodles were lovely, and the broth was so tasty. So we really like sort of Asian kind of cooking because we've been to Asia a lot and we had all the food out there and it was amazing, and it's really hard. We find it really hard to recreate actually. Really good Asian food. So I'm really pleased that I've now got this recipe as well that I can use myself, so I can keep this card and recreate it. Husband loved it, I loved it. I didn't give my toddler the broth, just the plain noodles, some pork and some greens because I didn't put chilli in the broth until it was served, but I just thought she's probably not gonna like that, so she just had the plain noodles and she was fine with that. But yeah, that was amazing and I would love to make that again. That was so good. tonight's dinner is going to be the cheesy baked bassa with Mediterranean veg. So this one takes 35 minutes prep time. So I am probably going to prep as much as I can before I go and pick up my little girl. I'll chop up the potatoes and the veg as necessary so that I can just throw it all in. I'll use the air fryer, that'll cut down the cooking time. And with all the veg and stuff chopped up, it shouldn't take me too long. I like things that you can just throw in the air fryer. So much easier. So I think what I'll do actually is I will give my little one a little bit of the cheesy baked bassa and a little bit of the Mediterranean veg, but the potatoes I think I'll swap out for a potato waffle for her, purely because one, there's probably not going to be enough potatoes to go around the three of us. Two, she's not that keen on potatoes. I don't know what it is about toddlers and potatoes, but she will literally only eat potatoes in waffles or chip or alphabet form. So at least I know if she has a potato waffle, she is actually going to eat it or eat bits of it. So I will prepare this for dinner tonight. I'll prepare what I can whilst before I go pick her up. I've got 10 minutes between logging out of work and having to leave the house to go get her. So I can chop all of that up, ready just me. In fact, she can help me chop up veg now. She's got a toddler tower in the kitchen and she likes to stand on that and help. So she's got little plastic knives and she likes to try and cut things and taste all the things that's going in it, and she's really, really into that. So I'm going to encourage that as much as I possibly can. So I will show you how this looks tonight when I make it. This is how the picture looks. I'm not saying mine's is going to look exactly like that, but last night's was an absolute hit. So I'm happy with last night's one, and let's see how. So meal number 3 was the cheesy crusted bassa, and it was lovely. I've never put cheese with fish before, but I think I'll do it again. It was really, really nice. It was easy to make. I did everything in the oven. Since we got the air fryer, I rarely used the oven, but because it was potatoes and I was doing a potato potato waffle for my little girl, and the 2 big fish fillets, I just thought just whack it all in the oven. So I did that. It was easy. The vegetables was just done on the pan. They were really tasty. I've never put tomato puree stuff in with Mediterranean veg before. I'll definitely do that again. So I think with the Gousto boxes, it's kind of teaching me new ways of cooking and new flavours and stuff, which is really, really nice to kind of have a bit of variety. So I'll show you how meal number 3 looked. It looked much better in the picture than it did on a plate, but I promise it tasted lovely. So then meal number 4 was last night. I could have seen this far enough. It was a 35-minute prep meal, I think, and it was day 1 of potty training, and I just wanted to order a pizza. I was exhausted, I was drained, but my husband came in, did bath and bed, and it allowed me time to kind of get into the kitchen and cook the dinner. So I made the Thai style crab cakes with homemade chips, and it was a sloth kind of thing with it. Wow, like they cooked so easily. I usually making like kind of pancake type things. I like burn them to the pan. I can't flip them. It's hard to turn, but everything just kind of gelled and stuck and just flipped as a winner. Oh, it was perfect. They were lovely. Definitely making them again. So it was just like corn flour, crab meat, spring onions and chili pepper thing. So good. So definitely be doing them again. My husband was so impressed as well. There was a little sweet chili mayo thing with it, so I made that as well, and I used that. Husband doesn't like mayo, so he didn't have that, but I was dipping my crab cakes in homemade chips in it. It was so good. I made the chips in the air fryer, so I think the recipe was for the oven, but I just covered them in oil, salt and pepper, stuck them in on air fry for 10 minutes or 12 minutes, and then I max crisped them for 5 minutes at the end, and they were just perfect. So they were really, really lovely, and wow, yeah, lovely. So I'm really quite glad I fed my daughter earlier. Usually we all eat as a family, but tonight last night I actually wanted a pizza after our potty training journey, but I'm glad I stuck to it and made it. One of the reasons I made it is because the crab meat needed to be eaten yesterday and I didn't really want to freeze it. I wanted to make the use of the Gousto box, so I just made it and I'm glad I did. So tonight's dinner is going to be sausage and pea farfalle pasta, creamy sausage and pea farfalle pasta. So I think it's like a cheesy creamy sauce with sausage all broken up in it, and it's the little bowl-shaped pasta. That is a 10-minute to prep one. Sausages usually go down really well with my little girl. I might keep one whole for her so she can see that it's a sausage rather than her thinking it's minced meat, because she's more likely to eat it as a sausage. Toddlers, eh? So that should be nice and quick and easy to make tonight. So I'm looking forward to the last meal being a quick and easy one. Our next Gousto box arrives on Sunday, and I am so pleased that past me ordered all the 10-minute prep meals, because I'm actually finding it quite... It's intense trying to find time to cook a 35-minute meal with a toddler and with work and all of that stuff. So I love having the Gousto box, but at the same time kind of resenting a little bit myself picking the long to prep meals. Anyway, next week will be a better week, but these meals have all been lovely. I'm glad we've got them, I'm glad we've made them. And it's given me lots of nice new cooking ideas, so that's all good, and I get to keep the cards. So I will let you know how the pasta has gone, and then I'll jump on Saturday and let you know what we thought of the box overall. But so far, pretty positive, loving it. But yeah, I'll update you in full on Saturday, so I will speak to you soon. Bye bye. So meal number 5 was probably the most successful meal of the week, actually. It was the pea and sausage farfalle. So I cooked a little bit extra pasta, because you never know with my toddler how much she's going to want to eat of pasta. Sometimes she just eats loads of pasta and other times she doesn't. So since the pasta was portioned for 2, I added a little bit of ours. We did actually end up having leftovers because there was actually tons of that little bowl-shaped pasta. But my husband even said he was a bit sceptical when I had told him on Friday morning what was going to be for dinner, sausage and pea pasta. He was a bit like, that sounds like all the leftovers in your fridge kind of stuck into a meal, sausage pasta. And he was a bit like, all right, okay. But when he tasted it, he was like, wow, this is so good. So it's a really easy recipe to replicate. There's not too many ingredients. There's nothing fancy in it. So I'm going to definitely put a star on that card and make that one again. So that's the end of our week of Gousto meals. We've done 5 now. As I kind of mentioned before, I wish I had picked the quicker prep meals, but everything is absolutely gorgeous and lovely, and if I didn't have a toddler and had time to actually stand and cook and prepare things, it would be a lot easier. So I'm looking forward to next week's box where I've picked the easier to prep things. But overall, I mean, the ingredients were so fresh. They're still fresh. They were still fresh on Friday night as they were when we got them on Sunday morning. There was loads of life in them. Obviously, the meats kind of dictated when we had to have the specific meals, which is fine. That did actually suit us anyway, in our days that we were having. So that was okay. So yeah, fresh food, everything that you need, cuts down all the measuring times and stuff, because you've got all the individual little portions of the seasonings and like the rice vinegars and the stock and everything all pre-portioned out. You're just snipping the top off and tipping it in. So that cuts down so much time. I can imagine trying to measure out 15 mils of this and 10 mils of that, and it takes ages. Well, it adds a lot of time onto the meals, the prep time. So really enjoying having that. I think some evenings I could have seen it far enough and would have rather just made like eggs on toast. Just being exhausted with working working the 3 days and then picking up my toddler and trying to get something prepped for her super quick. Before 5 o'clock. Well, actually, the meals have been like 5:30. We've never actually stuck to 5 o'clock dinner time in ages. As she's getting older, she's not needing to have dinner at 5 o'clock anymore like she used to. She can hang off. What else to say about Gousto? I think, so we're going to get next week's box because it's going to be a completely free box, as was that one, purely because we had used our referral code, put our referral code out, and one friend and 2 family members used it, which gave us £90 credit back. I will leave our Gousto reference code in the comments bar below, and if you want to use our code, you'll get something like 50 or 55% off, and we'll get, I don't think it's £30, I think we'll get £20, which is a huge help actually towards these boxes, because they are expensive. I think in any given kind of normal week, if we didn't have any of the 25% off the box or the money in our kind of account, I don't think we would go ahead with Gousto. I think it would be something like £46 a box. That's more than we would spend on 5 meals for the 3 of us. Portion sizes were perfect. We obviously had to split off some of ours and give it to our toddler, which meant we were still a little bit hungry, but we did order a box for like 2 adults, 2 people. So that's to be expected. Sometimes she'll eat a lot, sometimes she won't, but I think it's definitely opening up my recipe repertoire. That's hard to say, my recipe repertoire. I think I was getting in a little bit of a rut with cooking the same things week in, week out, and I think my toddler was just, I don't know if she was getting too used to the same things or getting bored with the same things, or she's just a usual toddler. Toddlers go through picky stages, don't they? She certainly does. So I think it seems to have got her trying more things. She certainly tasted everything. She's not necessarily ate everything that I've made this week or last, but she's certainly trying things, and that is good. That in itself is perfect, and she's learning what the vegetables are and stuff when I'm cooking them. Obviously she was doing that before, because I was still cooking meals before we got Gousto, but I think it's kind of sparked her interest a little bit. It might just be her age. She's just turned 2 last Friday, so it could just be that she's just she's just kind of, that's her interest at the moment, is learning about the kind of vegetables and trying all the different things. But yeah, for our family, it's been a huge positive, I think. And I'm looking forward to the next box coming on tomorrow. So this is Saturday. We've got a box coming tomorrow because sometimes they do come later in the evening and you kind of miss that day. So starting on Monday, we've got 5 more meals coming. So looking forward to doing those. We've got 2 Asian ones as well. We've got a katsu udon noodle thing, and I can't remember what the other one is, but it looks really tasty. So overall, love Gousto. Would absolutely love to continue doing Gousto. Budget wise, probably couldn't really afford to do it, but I 100% recommend it if it's in your budget. It saves a lot of time cooking. The ingredients are lovely, they're fresh, they're recipes that are so tasty and so easy. So 100% I give it a 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it. So I'm going to leave you there. Thank you for watching if you're still with me. I know that's been a really long video. If you would like to see more budget recipe or talking about food on a budget, please do follow me. I'm going to put a lot more content up on that kind of basis. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye bye.